Morning with Max. Good morning, folks, and welcome to another Morning with Max. If you're not familiar, I am Max Porter. I am the writer, editor, lore keeper, board game designer, stream host, and various other things here at City State Entertainment, where we are working on the MMORPG Camelot Unchained. Good morning to you, Halloween. Good to see you again, my friend. Can you folks hear me okay?
Yeah, well,
Good morning, Grimslag. Halloween, how many encounters did you get to? When I was doing a thing on my Super Commoner stream last night, I think up to 20 something, 22, 24. Right around 20. Which means I can keep going tonight. Sue WTV. Hey back. Yeah, Halloween, I figure about a fifth of the way through is pretty good for one evening's 2-hour stream. Happy Friday to you, Denarian. IOG is, I think, chatting with me on the Discord instead of the Twitch. Or the YouTubes. Yomi, dang, I keep missing your streams. Well, is it at a bad time for you, Yomi? Svarty, hello. Yomi, I've been working on details for my own game lately. Cool. Yomi, trying to make sure I balance the first counter all right. Well, that's the benefit of having a live GM, isn't it? Is that you can balance on the fly if you need to. I'm going to come down on the side of don't fudge your rolls, though. If it's a roll whose consequences you don't want to deal with, then don't roll. Because once your players, they will figure it out. And once they do, they'll never really trust you again. The core kind of fiction of the game. Michael R. Good morrow, sir. Good morrow to you, Michael. Oh man, Shribbulk J. Hey there. Hey back. Happiness without guilt. Cheers to you. People are popping in. The So now, as people are coming in, I should mention that the newsletter, the monthly newsletter, is planned to go out this evening, and it might, not 100% sure if it will, it might contain some new lore that I have written. Yomi, yeah, I've just been running mock encounters using their characters to see how discussively they can navigate the stuff I'm going to throw at them, rolling everything that makes sense to roll. Yeah. Seems like the right attitude, Yomi. And is the kind of awesome discussion we have on my twitch.tv/supercommoner channel. Michael R, that's awesome. Cool. Lanowin, oh sweet. Yeah, I hope it passes, through the our approval process here. Yomi, so far feels about where it should be difficulty-wise. Excellent. Don't fix what ain't broke, is my advice to you. Fubu, that's funny. I just saw a video last night about fudging rolls by Matthew Colville. He seems to have no problem with it. I was horrified. I love Matthew Colville, and I have immense respect for his ability to present stuff. I think I disagree on the whole fudging rolls thing. It's always good to get to be a player, and from the GM side of the screen, where everything is made up and the rules don't matter, fudging rolls seems like just a thing a tool you need in your toolbox. From the other side of the screen, it always feels terrible. So I would say if you roll, if you the GM roll, abide by the result. If there's a roll where you really want one result, don't roll. Or sometimes you have to fake rolls. That's important. That raises tension, makes things interesting. Sometimes you roll and you go, and it doesn't mean anything. But that's not the same thing. If you made a roll and the intent was for it to mean something, and then you don't like the result, that leads down a path where it's kind of it's a complicated topic, and I would love to discuss it with you on my Super Commoner stream, if you can come by that at 8 p.m. Eastern Time every night. Svardi, any idea of when there will be more gameplay videos / streams for view to the public? An excellent question, Svardi, that gets asked a lot. I don't have really any idea of when, other than when we have something that we are happy with showing. Svardi, the moment you fudge a roll and the players find out, they will question every accomplishment they have and will do. Yeah. Rolling in the open can be good, but I think that rolling in secret is an important tool in the GM's toolbox. So, Ludwig even was in the character's favor? Yeah, because when the characters find out that you fudged a roll in their favor, then they feel like they didn't actually accomplish anything. It was just you telling a story. It's not that back and forth that makes D&D so magic. It's just you telling the story, and they just kind of go through it. And they have to make the right choices. And there's only, one right choice. Lovron LX. Hey, how many people are expected in one big fight are possible in the end? That's a great question, Lovron. Right now, I think the goal is like a 500-player battle with no lag, no time dilation, no, quote, cheating, unquote. With building destruction and spell effects going off and crazy stuff happening. all in real time. Now, our engine can potentially handle a whole lot more than that. I don't know how high it's going to get, and I'm not sure anybody really knows, but for Lovron, that would be a great question to come back and ask during our Friday afternoon update stream, our end-of-week wrap-up that we do, where we talk about the highlights and take questions, because then you'll have someone who can give you possibly a more detailed answer to that question. Great question, though, Lovron. If you can come back, that'll be in 5 hours and 20 minutes at 4 p.m. our time. That would be a great question to ask again. If it means a character dies, so be it, as part of the game IMO. Yeah, rolling in the open when there's a big roll, a big result on the line, great idea. I just think it's important that you allow yourself to roll in secret when you want to. Yomi, though it's a party of 3 people, giving 1 NPC. Remember to join them. Do you think it's attack you and handle it or not? Obviously, can just nix that and reduce the health and damage for all the enemies to compensate. Yomi, what you're talking about is called a DMPC, and it often leads to problems. I would recommend against it. Unless it's for a short period of time, having an NPC, maybe for like one fight, but if it's for an extended period of time, having an NPC that goes around helping the players, it's a bad feel, because either they outshine everybody, or they're a liability. They're never going to be, it's never going to be just right, and it's going to be different. Light blind. Your mic has stereoscopic sound. That's amazing. You're in each ear as you move around. Currently, my left has the greater satisfaction. Yomi, if you want someone there for the first combat session, I guess that makes sense. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let your players fail fairly. You can always, if things go badly, you can always say the bad guys were hitting to knock them out in the last hits, not kill. Michael R., do you happen to know if the AMD graphics issues have been fixed yet? That might be a question during the weekly update. Yeah, I think it would be. I don't actually know. I don't know. I know that some issues were fixed, and that the work was continuing on it, and that it was a priority. Beyond that, I do not know what the current status may be, Michael R. Svarty, secret rolls as in they can't see the numbers you roll, not that they don't know what the roll is for. Well, not knowing what the roll is for, that's a great thing to have in your arsenal as well. But, stick by the results, or if you're doing a fake roll to kind of raise tension, that can be useful. There's all kinds of things you can do. Just don't roll with the intention of... don't roll in secret with the intention of counting the result and then decide that you don't like it. That is a mistake that leads to bad feels. I don't know, Yomi. Maybe the kobolds want... maybe the kobolds suddenly decided they wanted some slaves, and then you can have the escape from slavery storyline. If things go badly. Svarty, it is even more fun to roll in the open without them knowing what it is for and see them panic about it, what it means when you roll a high or low number. Svarty, that's a great idea. I agree with you, Svarty. Svarty, if something's supposed to have a single outcome, don't roll. Exactly. Exactly. Kobold's gonna Kobold Fubu says, Lovron, is it possible to have the live version under the Christmas tree? Would be kind of epic. The live version? I'm not sure what your what that means, Lovron. If you're asking about this afternoon's stream, yes, it'll be under the Christmas tree, the Christmas palm tree that we have permanently erected in the office. Grimslag, do you allow party characters with luck or any other roll augmentation abilities to add or subtract to the bad rolls of the pointer too? Yeah. I have a whole thing that I use Grimslag. I'm not entirely sure I understand what you're asking me, but I have a whole set of house rules that I sometimes use when appropriate, whereby the players can get action points as story awards or other things that are interesting. Yomi, or something like a character asks to enter a room, and when they do, you just like make a wisdom saving throw, and when they do, just go, all right, carry on, just to freak them out. Yeah. Yomi, I would say that is a nice tool in your toolbox as well, and one that I have used. Well, I think this thing is, Farty, that the rules are there to serve you, the players, and the game master, not some ideal situation unto themselves. So make them serve you. And if that means a slight inconsistency here and there, I say go right ahead. But make sure that it feels fair. That's important. Lovron 1.0. I don't know what that means, Lovron. The live version? Are you talking about under the Christmas tree? I don't know what you're asking me, Lovron. We do have the afternoon stream under the Christmas palm tree. Svarty, yeah, if you homebrew something, keep it that way. I've been part of games where things were just hand-waved and changed every session, and that was frustrating as a player. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't frustrate your players. Lovron, when the game is ready, you wanted us to do like a thing under the Christmas palm tree? We probably will. That's a cool story, Yummy. Josh, I played last week and wasn't sure if all the new stuff was in. Is it? Like Characters 2.0, etc.? That's a great question. Hey, Tyler. Aw. Tyler has his headphones on. He's working. What? Is Characters 2.0 in? Sorry, what? Is Characters 2.0 in?
Yeah.
Josh asks, I played last week and wasn't sure if all the new stuff was in. Is it? Like Characters 2.0, etc.?
So, Characters 2.0 is in Asterisk. Basically, 2.0 was to get all the new assets in, the new rebuilt meshes, the new textures, as well as all the primary animations that are used for your primary animation sets. What that means is if you go in and play like as a Fianna and you take his shield off, you're going to play the old one-handed spear asset. We're working on that instead of kind of retargeting all those animations. The other thing that we're doing is all the LODs for the characters, which I'm not really including in Character Art 2.0, which was just a rebuild of all the meshes. So they should all be there. And basically, it's just if you find a weird bug or something like that, let us know.
So will players, when they jump into test, will they see the Characters 2.0 stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, everybody but like the Autumn Armor we haven't done. Dion's working on that right now just because that was a really low priority, as well as the greeters we haven't done because they're not really even being used right now.
Right.
But yeah, all the textures are 4 times as big. The LOD zeros of the characters are about 20 to 30% higher poly. And then that will be offset with getting all the LOD work in, which we've gotten a lot of it in.
So certainly the bulk.
Oh, the bulk is done. I mean, yeah, all of that is done. We've been done for a couple of weeks with the primary objective.
Cool.
So if you go, I mean, like, what I haven't done is just, I should pull up a screenshot and just show you guys, like, here's the old guy next to the new guy. I did just for myself a sheet of all the old and new, and it's night and day. So yeah, it's in.
Cool. Thanks for the answer. Josh also says thanks for the answer. Daniel on the YouTube is asking for a link. I think I've got it. Daniel, see if this works. Zarfang says, hi Max and Nader, how's it going? It's going great. How are you, Zarfang? Oh man, the red light on my face. You're welcome, Daniel. Best of luck, Yomi. Grimslag. Max, you doing a playthrough or something with your board game this Saturday or Sunday with the guys on the CU Abducted Gaming vodcast? Yeah, the vodcast. I'm trying to remember what they're called, but yeah, Abducted Gaming, Velik, the Camelot Unchained vodcast. I will be on to talk about the board game on Sunday evening. I'll be talking about it. I won't be playing it, I don't think. Josh, have you guys been updating the stories? I haven't checked in a while. Not recently, but that may change very soon. We may have an update very soon. The Unchained Vodcast. Yeah, that's what it's called. Thank you, Swansea and Ladaween. Sorry. I wanted to call it the Camelot Unchained Vodcast. I'm like, no, that's not it. Sunday evening. Grimslag, handy with the links. Josh, I really loved the Banshee story. Cool. Josh, have you read the old one or the like the original one that Mark wrote, or the one that I rewrote? The one that's on the website right now. Svarty has a great question for the Q&A, but I've been part of some of the tests, and the geography seems kind of flat. We have more interesting geography to play with, to play on in the future. Do you build and fight, or is the game kind of intended to be flat? Yeah, you'd probably want to ask Ben or somebody that question. I don't know, but I know that I would guess that the terrain is going to get definitely more interesting as time goes on. Lotwing says, yeah, flat is for testing. Seems correct. But I can't really speak to that in any great detail. Josh, I read the one with the guy who was in Captain Prison went crazy, then the storm came, etc. It's been a while. Loved how dark it was. Cool. Thanks, Josh. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's partly because I really want to build castles against mountains. Yeah, I've experimented with that as well. And I think that will be very cool. I like structures that take advantage of the terrain in interesting ways. It is aesthetically pleasing to me and just cool. Daniel Main on the YouTube chat. There surely has to be mountains, or wee bit hill and glen at least. Yeah, definitely. Josh, will you be able to build a mount against a mountain with a cave in it? Then the cave could be part of the city inside. I don't know, Josh. That'd be really cool. Muerte Gris. Hey, Max. I was hearing the interview about the new Vampire Bloodlines, and they said the main difference with the versus the combat. What do you think when the developers of an RPG say that? I really don't have any comments, Muerte Gris. I mean, I think anytime somebody sets out to improve any part of a game, especially combat in a combat-focused game, kudos to them. Yomi, say Max, do you know if CU has any plan to allow players to shape the terrain, or is this going to be a what you see is what you get game? I think that's something we'd like to have. To what degree, I think, is still to be determined, but you could get a more interesting, in detailed answer from perhaps Andrew, Mark, or Ben. Svarty. Oh, okay. Only part of a couple tests. That might have been a while ago then. I'm not sure what the current terrain look is. Fubu, I just had a thought. What if a fox got a chance to get corrupted near nasty areas in the depths? Would have to craft nice stuff to fix it. Yeah, something like that would be pretty cool, huh? As would mysterious living forges within the depths. A monstrous forge, even. Grimslag points out, can you imagine the traps we would make if we could dig? The whole world would be full of pit tramps and worse. Yeah. I'm sure it would be limited in some fashion. But, like I said, come back for the end of week wrap-up and Q&A this afternoon. That's in 5 hours from now. I'll be behind the camera probably then, asking your questions to whatever developers are reading off our highlights from the week and answering your questions. I will see you folks later. It's about time for me to wrap up this morning with Max. Oh yeah, Yomi. Speaking of traps, those a planned feature. Yeah, check out some of the videos from the Kickstarter about the depths, Swazi. that is going to be definitely a thing. Alrighty. Bye, folks. See you later. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you folks coming in and chatting with me during these Morning with Max streams. As I said, until this afternoon, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.